Welcome to The Hooch, where the only place more messed up than your hosts is the barracks on a Friday night or the VA. So get ready to stand by for your weekly dose of toilet humor and shenanigans from your fellow veterans, Coy Mack and Michael Grizzled Grunt Harris.
And welcome to The Hooch, everyone. We are back in our own places after our debacle of the live version of this at Shiner Saloon. It was a great time.
We're all drunk.
Yeah,
there was definitely a lot of people that were drunk.
I was drinking a lot of Sailor Jerry that night, and
yeah, you were.
I remember telling some girl that I didn't even know that I thought I was in love.
Wow.
I don't remember that at all.
Why would you ever do that?
I don't know. I think we did that while we were on the air. We did that while we were on the air last week.
Yes, you did. It was the tall redhead.
Oh, yeah.
If I remember right.
Oh yeah.
That one. Yeah. And then we also saw Shannon Book's nipples because he decided to do that live on air.
We
also had to tiptoe around a bunch of people who were a very mixed, diverse crowd of South by people.
Skinny jean wearing fucking
little hipsters.
Como.
Yeah.
All the people that were like, we should go back to California because California doesn't do this stuff.
Yeah, it was bad. Like we wanted it to be more of a veteran event, but it turned out to be more South by people than any of the people that we knew.
Well, we was expecting that.
Yeah.
You done fucked up, AA Ron. I blame Coy for
you
the
done
whole
fucked
event.
up.
Yeah,
I'll take responsibility of that. Next time we do something like that, we'll definitely plan accordingly ahead of time and listen to Kai. You know, you're the one that got the venue, so
I got the venue. That's all you let me do.
But I do want to say thank you, Shiner Saloon, for letting us have the top thing. They loved us. The crowd didn't.
Crowd loved us
as much.
after
They loved. Okay, they loved
guys.
Matt Williams.
They loved
Matt Williams
and Roach.
That's who they liked.
They liked Roach. Roach, I still love you. Roach,
the comedians that came out, I'm thankful that they did. I'm glad you guys did, and I'm sorry.
It was a
tough crowd.
Yeah,
it was the wrong crowd, man. It was the wrong crowd, and that happens.
You know what? I'm gonna say this for next year: music only.
Yeah,
the first day of music. I mean, we got to do music only. And my mic just cut out. There we go.
My mic.
My mic sounds hot. One.
Yep. Okay, so the question of the day, Kai, sir, what is our question of the day?
Question of the day: if you had one movie voice to narrate your life, what would you do, or who would you have? Would it be Morgan Freeman? Would it be that '90s movie guy? Would it be the guy that goes, "One man who controls them all"?
That'd be mine.
With his taco stand.
That'd be mine.
With his taco stand, really?
With his taco stand and his tortillas.
You know, you're actually pretty good at that. I know I've said this before, but like that's pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie.
I would love for someone to narrate my daily life.
Yeah, I wish it was Morgan Freeman who would narrate my life, or it would be
Morgan Freeman doing his voice.
You know what? I would actually I maybe would let Dino narrate my life because he did a really good job on narrating.
He has such a
video. You know who I want?
Voiceover voice.
He does.
Oh yeah.
Ryan has a great voiceover voice, but I'm sorry, I can't help it. I would go with the '90s comedy guy. You have Kai and his friends following with the token black guy. You have the white guy who looks pretty much Asian.
No one's token.
See, no, you do it in the movie guy voice now.
You have Kai with his token Asian. Coy Mack, the Chinese guy who follows him everywhere. I can't do it. My
I'm
throat's
not
all
a
messed
Chinese
up.
guy. I'm not a Chinese guy.
You-
Okay, sorry. Let me open my eyes.
You
more.
have
Sorry.
Koi Mack, the sumo wrestler from North Carolina.
He's throwing.
Wait,
salt.
I'm not from North Carolina.
All
I'm
over
like
the
I'm
soap
a
shop.
Texas born, but like I was raised up in Arkansas. So
Texas, Arkansas, North Carolina, same thing.
it is not the same thing. That is a coastal city, like state area.
We're all
so no,
south.
it's not the same. It is not the same.
Same as rice.
Oh.
Koi,
One
you can't
man.
tell me that you're not Asian when your name is Koi. All right, Koi.
It's not. I'm sorry. I'm
It's-
named after some dead guy that my
Named
mom
after a
knew.
koi
I don't
fish.
know.
You're named after a koi fish.
I'm not. It's spelled like the definition, COY,
Yeah, but
or
you
the
know
last
what?
name, depending on where you are.
You know what? I know a girl named Erica, and her name is AIRWREKKA, Erica. So
I'm not even touching that one.
you're
Michael, do you want to touch that one?
She was white, so I mean, we can't get.
Oh
get
wow,
along.
never mind.
So
I don't want to touch it either.
I didn't want to touch it either.
If you touched it, I don't. I definitely don't.
Yeah, I don't want to
She
touch
got
it either.
16.
Okay, so anyway,
One second. And it was in a good
anyway,
way.
let's move on. So we got a couple topics today. We want to talk about the Austin Unabomber 2.0, who went out last night
In a bang.
with a very, was it a moderate bang or was it a big
It was
bang?
a very
'Cause
loud
nobody's
bang.
really
It
said.
woke me up.
Did it destroy the car though? Because like all we know is that it knocked a cop back, and that was about it. We don't know anything like how large.
Where's the last?
extent of
Where's the last
explosive.
place that the Austin Unabomber went? Everywhere.
Everywhere.
I mean, you could say
I-
he went out with a bang.
What is the Austin Unabomber's favorite type of meat? Ground beef.
We should. Oh god. Okay, it's okay to make jokes about the dead guy, so that's fine.
Which
you
dead
just
guy?
can't. That dead guy.
What is
God.
the Austin Bomber's favorite kind of mist?
Red.
Pink.
Pink mist.
What was the last thing the Unabomber thought?
What?
His asshole. But no, like in all honesty, and our
What was the
jokes
last thing
aside.
you
Okay, wait.
heard?
What was the last thing you heard?
Click.
It might have been the discharge from the rifle though. We're not entirely sure because like that's one of the things that we haven't really gotten clarification on is like who did the officer shoot first,
Nope.
or did the package explode first?
No, I heard the officer shot first
But
as
he
they approached
hugged. He hugged.
Or it went off and then they shot.
They went off, then they shot. And he, from what I was told,
Was it a premature detonation?
Like premature ejaculation.
Probably. I'm not sure. Like
Fuck that guy.
So that yeah, I mean honestly, screw that guy just because he has been terrorizing pretty much all month Austin and San Antonio area. Like I don't even know have they even said why? We don't know why he was doing it, but the methods that he was using were basically through the mail. On some of these, have they said they were actually hand delivered by FedEx or some of the other places?
UPS.
Or was it him dropping them off himself?
It was UPS and FedEx.
How the fuck did that happen?
That
I don't
dude,
know.
there's
Well, it can't be
Like,
in all
honestly.
cases because there was the one where he set up the tripwire.
the tripwire
So
was
he
Yeah, there
actually-
was that
he
one.
actually had to
unless
set that up himself.
unless that tripwire was his one to practice doing booby traps.
Well, from what I heard with the trip,
Well, then there was also the incendiary, but they're saying that that's not even related. Even though
and the
I
incendiary,
don't even know why it wouldn't
so
be.
Let me tell you about the incendiary. The incendiary
Okay.
that from the report that I read, and I got it from someone from an agency that I will not disclose of because I don't want to put their job at risk because we both used our burner profiles. The incendiary that he had were artillery simulators that you can go buy at an army surplus store.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
So
I didn't
what
know
I
that
what
one.
I heard about the tripwire one was that was actually set up for kids going to school that morning.
That's
Those two,
fucked up.
those two guys on a bike just happened to go down that little trail, or they were on bikes, right?
It was on a Sunday. Sunday
yeah,
night.
no, it was Monday when that happened. That happened.
Was it Monday?
Yeah. So from what I heard, it was actually set up right in the area where kids go to the bus stop.
Yep.
And,
You know,
and
one of the
you have-
things I
you
am
have-
thinking about.
You have idiots like Sean King blaming
Yeah.
it, like saying that it was a race issue, when that area is predominantly white.
It wasn't a race.
Well, no, he was talking. I read the tweet that you're talking about, and what Sean King was saying was that because he was white, they're not deeming that he has ties to racism, whereas he would have been brown, or if he would have been Muslim, it would have been directly tied with racism. Look, like I get where you're trying to get with that, but why don't we just all say the dude was an asshole, he was an idiot, and he's a fucking terrorist? Like, anytime that you use explosives, especially for vets like us, that triggers something in us, and we're like, no, that guy's a fucking idiot.
Well,
and I don't like you.
And the reason why they don't really throw out terrorism, because if you think about the true definition of terrorism,
Yeah.
To cause mass
Well, I mean,
terror.
that was for me.
political-
That
political
was
reasons. Now, from what I heard
Yeah.
or what I read was he was anti-establishment, pretty much anti-government. He was mad at the system
anti-establishment.
and how it works. So that should automatically been deemed a terrorist act. So hopefully the president comes out and blames Antifa, and we can actually hunt them down this summer.
That would be awesome.
But okay, so to be the sake of reason, I guess with this is like, look, I view it as terrorism just because he did. It was terrorism in the fact that he was trying to cause
Mass chaos.
mass chaos, in which he did. I mean, he basically had an entire city on edge. Even though he was a very shitty bomb maker, I have to say that this could have been a lot worse.
Yeah,
a lot
sure.
more people could have died if he had been a better artisan with his craft, which I'm thankful he was an idiot and he didn't know what he was doing.
I loved how
or this could
everyone
have been
kept
a lot
saying
worse.
that, oh, he's got to be a veteran. He's got to be a veteran. Look, to all those assholes who kept blaming us for it, I hope you go
Yeah.
fuck yourself.
Right. It was not us. We think Austin natives, Austin veterans, we had nothing to do with this. And if anything, we were all ready to start going on hunting parties to go find this guy. So you're welcome.
Shit, I was doing IED
We did not do
sweeps
that.
every morning to work.
I was doing 5s
Right?
and 25s every time I saw a bag on the side of the road.
Yeah. I mean, it just draws something in us like that's different than everybody else, because like we experienced that kind of level of pucker factor, basically, of like walking around wondering if something was going to explode on us, and it could be something random. You remember? Okay, did you guys ever run into the goat bombs or any of the dead animal ones?
No, I never had it. I never experienced
No,
it.
I mean, I didn't personally, but I heard stories about them actually doing that at some point, like probably pre-2008. They were doing that for a little bit. There was a deployment in my unit before I came into the unit, 2007 in Iraq. They actually loaded it up with a dump truck, one of the biggest explosions that they had, and collapsed a bridge with it.
Speaking of bridges.
Speaking of bridges.
Speaking of bridges, Florida.
Yep.
Florida.
Was it Florida?
Yeah, it was
Florida.
Florida Bridge?
Not Florida. It's Florida.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a different topic
Yeah.
for a different day. We're not going to go into that
yeah,
one.
but you know,
If you explain, okay, for those that don't know what we're talking about, explain that really quickly, Mike.
well, I guess
Okay.
they put up this bridge really quick, and they were doing
A march over it.
a test. They were doing something about testing the bridge's strength or whatever. I forget what they were doing it, but they were doing it while people were still driving under the fucking bridge. Oops. And then
that's how you test
it ended up
bridges.
breaking and smashing people. 950 tons of stuff came down and killed people going to work. So I mean, stupid hurts, and dumb people that run that company, you just killed a bunch of people, and your company sucks.
A lot.
Kind of like FedEx not knowing which packages were bombs or not.
Exactly.
I mean, but at the same
You kind of dropped the ball or the box on this one.
I mean, a lot of the times when they're local and doing like LTL routes, they're not going to really like Xerox the pack, or not Xerox. They're not going to X-ray the package, like to check. And I'll be.
But I mean, do you think that anybody is going to take this as a key and say, hey, look how easy it was to make a bomb, put it in a package, and ship it? Like,
What I
why?
think-
I know nobody's really bringing this up yet. Is like, are we going to change the way that we send packages now? Because we did that after 9/11 with planes, but we haven't done really shit all for packages.
I mean, if you look at it, how easy it is to send drugs across the country using United States Postal Service, and I haven't done that. I just have heard from people who have done that.
I know a guy. I heard a guy do
I know a guy. He lives in
I know a guy.
California. And ships to places that ended in
All right,
ass.
Kai,
who does not have legal marijuana usage.
Who does not have legal
the Hooch
marijuana?
does not or never will condone drug use or
We do not condone drug use unless it's legal.
Yes.
With like cigarettes and alcohol, because those are drugs, no matter what you really say about it.
Unless you
But
get prescribed it by the VA.
then those are medications and those aren't drugs, even though they're mostly opiates and painkillers.
I mean, the VA is prescribing weed in California and Colorado. Just saying.
No way.
Yeah, dude,
no way they're
look it up.
doing that.
Look it up.
No, I call bullshit.
I will send
You
you the
look that
link
up.
right
you,
now.
You send me the link and I will bring that up myself. But yeah, no, it's just ridiculous of how long this guy was able to pull this whole situation off. Like, you know, we're talking at least 4 weeks before they even got to him, and even then, like, he killed himself, which is great. It saves us the burden of a trial and all the other bullshit that's associated with that, and this monkey circus that would go down with that. But I guess it just, nobody knows why he did it, and I think that's what scares a lot of people. Is there's no rationale, there was no reason other than he wanted to hurt people, and I think that kind of like terrorism, that kind of, you know, action of violence scares people when they have no idea why somebody's doing this in the first place. It goes beyond them, and there's just people out that are fucked up that love violent things. They do violent actions just because they can, and honestly, I think this is exactly why the guy did it, is because he could, and just to see how many he could hurt.
I honestly think, you know, there's another one out there. I don't think he was doing this by himself. Just the routes he covered and the way he did. He was in San Antonio one moment, then he came down back. I mean, I know San Antonio's close, but yeah, I really think there's more than one person.
I mean, I could see how there could be another person. Especially like, because what, the kid was like 20, 22, 24, something like that. I mean, is he really a kid if he's 24?
No, he's not.
No, he's still an adult male.
But I know what he is. A dead asshole.
He's a dead asshole. No, he's an asshole that is now everywhere.
Yep.
And which is great.
Inside that
fine.
red Jeep.
Was it a red Jeep? Or did he make the Jeep red?
I think it was a red. It was a red colored vehicle.
All I can tell you is that grass is going to grow really well in that area that he drove into.
What makes the green grass?
It's going to be
Blood.
glorious.
Blood.
Glorious.
Yeah.
Blood of our enemies.
But you know, no.
You know, and then it's kind of like interesting to kind of come back. That is like people actually thought that this person was a veteran or he had some sort of, you know, experience with explosives. And it's like, no, I mean, we have the internet. You have multitude of ways of learning how to make explosives. But here we are, like, this is going to help us segue into the next thing. Camera, Mike.
Go ahead, keep talking. Yep.
Yeah, but it goes into that whole thing of what we're going to segue into, which is the guns. Everybody's worried about guns right now. Like, that's still kind of like the main topic everybody's talking about. But, you know, we kind of like skimmed over the fact that these packages were getting sent everywhere. And they thought it was us. It was our experience that was causing all of this trouble and this chaos and mayhem. But it wasn't. But it was easy to take that blame. It was easy to blame us for that stuff. You know, it just sucks that like when something bad like this kind of happens, it's easy to find somebody to blame other than the actual individual itself. Like speaking of guns, you have the Maryland you know, shooting that just happened, and the resource officer killed the shooter, and luckily there's only 2 injuries from that. But nobody's talking about it. Nobody cares about that.
Yeah, I mean, that shooting, they're not going to talk about it because the good guy stopped the bad guy. But you have certain liberals out there, I forget her name. She went out there and said, you know, something about if it was up to Donald Trump, he would have had an AR-15. And I'm just like, really?
The resource officer just like strapped up. Just,
the actual shooter. You know, if Donald Trump had his way, he would have an AR-15. I'm like,
that's stupid. And then people's like, oh, and the other thing was the people were like, oh yeah, he only had a pistol. If he had an AR-15, there's no way that cop would have gone in there and shot him. And I was like, I call bullshit. They will use whatever they have, and they probably would have taken down the guy, because it's like most of these people, when you really think about it, when you really talk about it, these guys are cowards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They go into these schools and do these types of things, or any kind of shooting. Most of these people are cowards. As soon as they start taking rounds at them, like the Sutherland Springs shooter did, as soon as he started taking rounds, he took off.
Yeah.
Like as soon as he had rounds down range and he was hearing the pew past his head, he said, fuck this, and he dropped and he ran.
Yep.
Right?
So, I mean...
And it's stupid. Same thing with the bomber. As soon as he knew he was caught, he fucking said fuck it and probably made it explode himself.
Yep, he got exploded.
Or the round impacted the box and it was just a lucky shot. Who knows? But still, he was a fucking coward.
And you know, with this Maryland shooting, I know the guy. I think it was a lover's quarrel, and I think he was upset at his girlfriend or some chick there that he was dating, or
Oh, did you see that there's one a few minutes ago that I just saw where a 16-year-old beat his friend with a bat over a girl.
Yeah.
Like to death. Like just straight up beat him to death. I don't know why anybody needs to do that, but they did. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just a crazy world that we're living in right now, man.
Yeah.
And people aren't getting any better. Like all of the, incidents that are happening, the shootings, is just fucking crazy. And it's hard to find out, what's the right answer. And that comes to our next segment, is talking about YouTube's censorship policies that have now started, if you haven't been keeping up with that. So recently YouTube has decided that anything that shows merchandise, selling of accessories, or tutorials of how to build guns, make guns, or even use them in an appropriate fashion are being taken down or just completely rocked away. I don't know.
Again, that's a form of fascism.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a true form of fascism, and no one wants to talk about that. And instead of burning books, we're taking down people's First Amendment right when it comes
Your audio went out.
Who's?
Mike's audio went out. It's not,
No, it's fine.
Is it registering? Okay, it's just me then. My bad.
Yeah, it's fine. Sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties. Anyway, keep going.
So they start by demonetizing you. They start by taking down your content. They start by shadow blocking your content. And like I said, it's just another form of burning books. They're going to get rid of stuff that they don't agree with, and this is a platform, their platform, they own it, and they're going to control it. But there's other platforms out there that people can use, but YouTube's going to shoot yourself in the fucking dick, because when they start doing that, they're going to lose a lot of people.
Okay.
Money off of on these platforms.
So the sound's having issues. Let's try to get that fixed. We'll be back in a second. We'll get that fixed up real quick.